How'd you cook those eggs?
Secret recipe.
Is that a secret recipe?
That's top secret. Couldn't tell that.
They're fresh eggs.
They are fresh eggs.
Oh yeah.
Let me have one of those.
Don't give them a shot.
I'll try one of those. And what's that brown?
That's black pudding.
Black pudding?
That's pig's blood makes it that colour.
Pig's blood?
Mm-hmm. Try a piece of that actually, just try a piece there.
Alright.
She was just saying first sample of black pudding. Yeah. Pig's blood.
Oh, I thought. Oh, I thought.
What?
What is this?
It's a studio.
Oh.
He does bog
What?
oak. He sculptures in bog oak, different types of wood.
Yeah, there's one famous guy my brother will bring it to see. His name is Fergus Coslow. He's an artist in a sculpture, and he's pretty eccentric, and everyone loves Fergus. His wife is the town doctor, GP, Roisin. She's my mom's best friend, and he's got guys over from Zimbabwe working for him, and he's got an art studio set up for himself.
Right,
Hello, Fergus.
Hello, how are you? I'm Gino.
You're Gino. Gino, you're very welcome.
Thank you for having us. Bog oak. Did I interrupt?
No, it's okay. You're the finest. Is this your first trip to Ireland? You know?
No, my third.
Your third. What is the nature of the programs that you make? What story are you telling?
The story. Well, this particular story is about his sister. Is on Nantucket, and there's the connection that Irish people have with the island that I'm from. And there's people who live there, and I'm going to all these different places in Ireland, like the four corners of Ireland, with different stories, different people showing me different areas.
Okay, so where
How do you fit in?
where
Where does it broadcast it?
where does it
Only on the island.
Okay,
It's a local show.
It's a local television. That's nice. And you get sent off to make programs like this.
Yes.
Can I have a job like
I
this?
know.
What I do is I make prayer spaces. The venue doesn't matter. We do prayer spaces for whoever and whatever. So private chapels, public chapels,
Oh, wow.
prayer spaces.
And what is this what you do?
This is what I do.
And is this a student? Or a...
Yes.
Yes.
Hi.
Student.
How are you?
Hi.
What's your name?
Momoko.
Momoko.
Yes.
Gino. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
We actually met Kiyoshi. We met in Germany. Yeah, he met Kiyoshi already. Yeah. We met him this morning.
Very cosmopolitan around here.
It's becoming that way. When I was here in '88, I never saw there was no diversity.
No far people.
Oh.
Yes. Cry.
Is this your design?
It's drawing.
And you're studying here? Is that what you're doing?
Here, yes. Study.
Are you studying English? as well?
Together.
In the last couple of years, I have worked so that there are people around me, Momoko, the lads from Zimbabwe, other local apprentices and workers or whatever, to keep my head straight instead of me working on my own all the time. I've been doing this for 20 years. Okay, I've been making prayer spaces for 20 years, churches, etc., whatever. The thing with the work is still the same. I want as many people to experience the work as possible, to go into these spaces and to experience a peaceful prayer feeling and to get some sort of relief and healing inside. And so what I make is healing spaces.
Now are these religious? This doesn't.
No. This is the secular gallery here.
Are you're I take it a very religious, devout Catholic?
The Christian mystery is important to me. It is the centre of my work. But I am very interested in the church. Let's say I'm a dissident on the inside. Okay.
Okay.
This is what and I am Orthodox, but not traditional. Okay, I'm a contemporary artist, and I do not repeat stuff, and I do not make pastiches of styles. In Ireland at the moment, there is not a sense of adventure within the Catholic Church, certainly, because they're all putting on tin hats and hitting the trenches for the most part, and most of it's quite conservative in Ireland at the moment, and it's closing in. And because
is that Ireland's fault or the Vatican?
Well, it's partly, it's obviously the lead is coming from Rome, but also because Ireland has been hit with a number of scandals over the last 10 years, and the knee-jerk reaction has been to pull back, and so you don't. People they're not encouraged to be looking for something different, because that's only going to draw heat. Okay, there's enough heat coming at the moment, so I'm not terribly popular at the moment because as you can imagine, work like this it's traumatic in one sense as to the whole process of going into a place, ripping it apart, for want of a better word, and putting something totally new inside. Like, people get quite freaked out by it. This stuff is in the bog, right?
Yeah.
Quick story of the bog. The trees existed before the bog. Okay?
Yeah.
These trees were growing 5,000 years ago, okay? Have you got that?
I do.
Before the pyramids. Most of the country was full of trees. So you had thousands of tons of foliage coming down on an ongoing basis, compacting and building up this peat soil underground. Basically the leaves, and they started to decompose, and that turned into this turf. We're actually using it as fuel now in this country. But every so often some trees would fall over, natural wastage, etc. And they would fall down, and they could be for 20, 40 or 100 years, could be over, part of it could be over the ground until the foliage would bury them. Once they're buried, that's it, pop. It's like a mummification, because it's the air is trapped out, which means that they don't rot inside there. That's the whole point. They survive. So what people are doing now is that, okay, in working the bogs and getting up the peat, and also then on the edges of bogs, where the ground would not be very good for agriculture, now because it's peaty, now they've got the machinery is sophisticated enough now for them to be able to go in now and actually make these pieces of land workable, whereas up to now they haven't been. The most you could put out would be a very small sheep, or else they'd sink into it. But now they're digging up this ground, and this stuff is coming up. And I try and pick it up, as much of it as I can. Fellas will come to me and say, I have this, will you buy it off me?
Now, what would they do with it if they
burn it?
Right.
Yeah, burn it. And they have been, any amount of this stuff has been burnt, because as far as the farmer is concerned, it's a major nuisance. So,
but there's so much of it, right?
Well, it's a finite resource, obviously.
Obviously.
And it's a question of, I like working it particularly because it parallels the Christian mystery of death and new life. Okay, of going into the dying, going into the ground, going into the grave, and coming up again into a new life. And this timber here I have the privilege of overseeing how this stuff gets new life, because it has been buried, lost and dead for 4,000 or 5,000 years, and now it actually has a chance to come up and sing a new song.